What's up, guys? It's me, Phil from Alec Games. We're here again, making ourselves a using RPGMaker MV. For those of you that don't know anything about this, I make games using RPGMaker MV. I know a few things, and so I was like, why not do a tutorial stream where we learn how to make an RPG whilst making an RPG. And we're going to build it from start to finish, and it's going to be a full, complete game. And when it's all done, we're going to release it on itch. And if you follow the stream and fill out a little Google form, you can have your very own NPC in this game. Yeah, because not only am I trying to show off that I know something about something, and so far I seem to be going all right. I seem to know what I'm doing. We'll see how we get later on when we're trying to do some real stuff with the game. But I'm also taking this as an opportunity to try and build my community, my stream, my following, and also improve my skills using RPG Maker. So yeah, come along with me. Come on this journey and let's build an RPG together. A simple RPG. And the simple part is important because RPGs can be big, but we don't want this to be big. We just want this to be as small as can be and just packed full of learning. But let's not dilly-dally. Let's get right into it. And Coco has just demonstrated for us with the redemption of his channel points, one of the things you can do through, using your channel points. He has spent 5,000 channel points, which, if you're subscribed, isn't that hard to get. And he has redeemed the opportunity to change the name of one of the enemies. We don't really have all the enemies set up yet, so I need to find a way to keep track of this actually. But, if that's not Pierre Pickle, our level 1 Earth Mage, I mean, it's up to you, Coco. Or is it up to me? Do I get to decide? I mean, you spent there's a boys. Did it ask you to send a message when you redeemed that? I felt like I set it to send a message on all of them. It is up to you. I like your way of thinking since it's a green enemy, right? It makes sense. You know, if down the line we make a it asked me to send a message. Okay. Because I figured that would be another way to keep track of the redemptions. Although, if I look at reward redemptions. Oh yeah, there it is. Right there. Very cool. So I can keep that request. And then tick it off once I've actually done it, which I have. Pickle Pierre. So I tick that. Oh, mark this redemption as complete. I'm learning things. Cool. All right. Pickle Pierre. Yeah, so Coco's redeemed that, and now he got to change the name of one of the enemies permanently. So Pickle Pierre, he will stay. And so when the hundreds of thousands of people are playing this simple RPG on itch, they'll fight this character and go, wow, Pickle Pierre, whoever came up with that name is a genius and extremely handsome or beautiful. And probably, for some strange reason, I'm getting this feeling that they make really good RPG Maker games as well. And yeah, all of that can be yours with the redemption of channel points. So yeah. And there's other things. You can name pieces of armor, you can name weapons. Yeah, there's so many options. Also, Coco, have you even seen that Horse Knight is in the game? I don't know if you were there. I felt like I didn't get a reaction from you when we were building it in the stream last time. So let's, so this, well, look, okay, a little recap. We have an introduction area where we start with a cutscene and just a simple text scroll telling you the story of our world. You start on the world map, and we have our hub town here. There's just one hub town where you'll do all your shopping and all hanging out with all your NPCs. And this is our first iteration of the hub town map, complete with a weapon shop, armor shop, item shop, and an inn. We have a well that you can interact with. We have one NPC, but from Kiwi, not the wiki. It's a rock that says, "I bring wisdom into thy world." I'm going to add a little sound effect that goes off with that as well. And then we also have Coco Day Music's Horse Knight character that he came up with. Yeah, and we've got a path leading up here that's going to lead to the castle, and where we'll talk to the king and get our main quest, yada yada. So today we're gonna keep working on the hub town. We're gonna actually make the maps of these locations, these shops, and build our shop NPCs and give them things to sell. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna drop in some more NPCs. We might start looking at putting in custom art, because in the Google form there is an option to upload custom art that I can try and work off of to put your character in the game. And one of our followers works with RPGMaker, and so has their very own character face sprites. So we can check that in. But yeah, let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. So, oh yeah, right. Let's show off Horse Knight. I'm so sorry, Coco. You're just patiently waiting there, just being like, "Shut up, Phil. Show me the Horse Knight." Why is that taking so long to load? Usually that doesn't take that long. So this is some other stuff we've done. We've made a basic title screen with our title and a chosen background. We've got a text scroll. Can you read it? Oh, who's a fast reader? Not me. And we start on the world map, which is called the Crust. Name pending. I do like it, but maybe I should make that a big point redemption where you can rename the world that we're living in. So let's go into the hub town. Here we are. So we have we've set up our basic party with a knight, rogue, mage, and cleric. And so far they each have a skill. And yada yada. So we have a sign. Welcome to Hubtown. Welcome to Hubtown. We got a well. The well has water in it. Well, no duh. We can see already that the knight and the cleric have a strained relationship. I haven't even checked, like, this is his face, right? But it just matches so well with this reaction here. He's just like, why are you so mean to me? And then look, checking the well again. Just leave me alone. And then that's it. That's the end of our interaction. I'm dragging it out, Coco. You're never going to see Horse Knight. This is our talking rock. I bring wisdom into thy world. I might... Yeah, I haven't seen Kiwi Not the Wiki again on the stream, but I don't know whether they actually want their username in there or whether they want to name the rock. And look how slow he walks. Why does he walk slow, you ask? Well, let's have a chat and find out. My leg is broken. Please don't tell my owner, or else he will turn me into glue. You probably didn't hear that. I've got the sound effects turned down quite a lot. But there's a little da-dun to add emphasis. This is so fun. Lol, yeah. There you go. See, I added some flair. It's not just gonna be a straight text dump. I'm gonna try and polish the NPCs a little bit. Tone Dog, good to see you, my friend. Yeah. Welcome. Oh yeah, so I think we're gonna be trying to put your NPC in the game today. So I haven't actually checked. So did you? Because I know you sent to me. I know you sent to me on the Discord the portrait for the character. Did you use the Google form to send me? Because there was, you know, the option to upload. Is the upload in the Google form the actual sprite of the character? I haven't actually looked. I haven't had a chance. Cool. Yeah, the Google form had the spreadsheet. Okay, cool. That'll be great. That'll be pretty easy to. Well, I say that. I haven't done a lot of importing. I usually just edit over the RTP assets. Cool. So we'll get to NPCs, building some NPCs. We'll do one little thing. So we got Kiwi Not the Wiki here. We've got I Bring Wisdom into the World. For now, you know, I'm going to change it. I'm just going to make it just the text of what it's saying. It's just VX Ace people upscaled for MV. Yeah. It's great. Well, it's the sprite that we saw in your stream, right? When we jumped over to you the other day. Your green head fellow. Yeah. Yeah, very cool. I want a sound effect to play. So whenever we want to add something new to our event, we can double click and that will bring up event commands. Otherwise, you can right click and go new. Now, where you're positioned. So if you want to put something before something you've already got in there, you need to select the thing that you want it to go before. If you want it, I mean, this seems like it would make sense, and obviously if you want it to go after, you would click on this part here to add. So look, if we add some text, it comes after. We double click here, show text, blah, 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 blah. It goes before. If, you know, you forget and you type your whole thing out and it's there and you're like, no, I want it to be up here. There's no like click and drag kind of stuff as far as I know, unless someone's about to be like, bro, if you right click and do it, it does this. You just Control X, click on the one that you want to put it before, Control V, and there you've moved it, and you know, vice versa. So yeah, control cut and paste is very you're going to use it a bit when you want to rearrange stuff. Right, so we want to put in a sound effect. Let's double click. We're going to play sound effect. Or, because what I want to happen. So he's saying, I bring wisdom into thy world. But we want it to be a little bit funny, right? Well, we could make it serious, but I want it to be like a ding-a-ling, like a chime playing, going, ooh, I bring wisdom into thy world. So here we got fanfare. Ooh, this is going to be loud. Oh, yeah, let's turn that up. It would be very funny for that whole thing to play and for him to just say, I bring wisdom into thy world. I bring wisdom into thy world. What else have we got here? Nope. Nope. Victory? That is engraved into my soul. Because if you don't, that's like the default victory battle, and you know, you don't always change that when you first build your game, so you just hear that a lot when you're playtesting battles. Cool. What's that? Edgy. What about, okay, so we'll do a sound effect, right? And I wanted, oh, we got bells. No, that's, I actually like using that. I use that bell sound in my game, The Pit, to signify when enemies see you. You know, it's like a doom, and you're like, oh, they saw me. No. Oh, that's very like little hand symbols. Ding! I bring wisdom into thy world. You see the vision here? Okay, that's kind of funny. I like that. Oh, we can make it high pitched. We can. Oh, okay. I think that's fine where it is. Do we want it that loud? I don't think so. 50% sounds good. Cool. And so when we talk to him, we'll have a little bell chime and I bring wisdom into thy world. Now, you can get a bit more creative than just slapping one sound effect. You know, we could, what if we wanted 2 bell sounds, but we needed to space them apart a little bit? Why am I getting into this? Just because. So there's an event command here called wait. And it literally just makes the event wait for whatever period of time you set it for, and then it moves on to the next request. Because right now, if we just copy and paste this, oops, if we just copy and paste this twice, it's just going to play both of these sounds pretty much at the same time. And yeah, it won't sound very interesting. But if we put in a wait command, and with this stuff, duration, there's other commands where, like in like movement and stuff, where you can put a wait command as well. 60 frame. This is asking how many frames do you want to wait? How long do you want it to wait? But it's in frames. So 60 frames means it's going to wait 1 second. So if we do 30 frames, it's going to be half a second, right? 10 frames, a sixth of a second. Is that right? Yeah. So let's just say half a second. So now, when we activate, the bell will play. There'll be a half a second wait, and the second bell will play, and then this I bring wisdom into thy world will come up straight away. So let's see what that looks like. Let's have a look. Let's have a squiz, huh? Let's have a squizzy squiz. Let's load our save so we're not having to go through the whole rigmarole. Oh, I need to turn up the... Oh, let's maximize that. This is going to be loud. Okay. See? Ding, ding. I bring wisdom into thy world. And, you know, you can get nitpicky. Like, I feel like the spacing between those two is too slow. I want it to be a ding, ding. You know, so we would go in, change that to 10 frames. Could have done 15, make it half the time. Load it up. Now, this is kind of the annoying part, right? You create this event, you put in all these things. There's no way to just test what you've built, like, on the fly. You have to go into your game to check it out. Now, I haven't really tried this that often. Coco, Tone Dog, do you know if because, you know, I can obviously still edit things, right? While this is running. It's if I change something, it's not going to update immediately in the playtest, is it? I don't think it does. Ooh, that was a bit better. Ding ding. Maybe I want, look at this. See, you can spend way too long fiddling around with minutia, right? And you know, that can be what separates. Ding ding, right? We want a longer sound for the second one. If you hit save and then I hit F4 on the demo to refresh, it will update. See, there you go. That's something I didn't know. That's cool. Thank you for that. But wait, so when I refresh it, does it just, it doesn't like reset the whole game, does it? Like it just tries to update. Maybe it's F5. Okay. Okay, well, we'll try it out. So, yeah, but look, you know, you can get into this nitpicky, like, and this is what can separate, you know, your game from being just very stock standard to having a more polished feel. Like, players won't realize, but they'll be like, oh, these sound effects are more involved than just the stock sound effects. Like, there's, well, you know, players might not pick up on that, but that's kind of the thing, is if they don't go, oh, this all feels like it's just slapped together, but they go, oh, why am I immersed in this world? Why does it feel good to play? And it's like, oh, because I spent time, you know, actually customizing the sound effects a little bit, you know, stuff like that. F5 is refresh, but you have to close the demo to apply any changes. Ah, it will bring you back to your starting position. See, not if you save. We're all learning here. This is beautiful. Attention to detail is important indeed. Yeah, it's how you can elevate your games from just, I built this, you know, using RTP in RPG Maker, to I know how to use the engine and I'm exploiting it to its fullest. And that's the thing. I'm talking about this like I haven't done, like, there's crazy things that people do with their eventing and making their cutscenes feel really pro, and yeah, it's cool. So let's oh, ding dong. Okay, that's funny. I like that. But for to try this out, let's so what are we doing? Where do we want to make it? What if it's higher? What if it's higher? Maybe we change the timing just slightly, so it's a little bit slower. So you're saying we save it, we go back, we hit F5. Oh, it resets the whole thing. Okay. But that does save you time from like exiting out of it. Right, so let's see. Ah, there we go. There we go. Okay. So yeah, so you still have to, that saves a bit of time though, instead of like closing out, back in to the, and like you were saying, you should save so that you're not, so when you do refresh, you can just be right where you are. Okay. What if, see, look at this could go forever. Because I'm like, what if I add a sound effect? Is there a sound effect where there's like a heavenly choir singing? I don't think there is. Maybe they're holy? No. Laugh. Magic. Monster. Paralyze. Saint. Here we go. No. Oh, okay. Starlight? Oh, that's kind of nice. Whoa, what is going on? I have a problem with my RAM, so starting the demo in between edits is tedious for me. It loads very slow, so I use that refresh technique a lot. Coco's screaming. Opens very slow, I should say. I don't think we have the sound effect that I want. And look, we'll get into when we're trying to customize this more, you know, importing your own sound effects, even recording your own sound effects. Maybe we'll do a bit of voice acting and show how we can make that happen. That would be fun. Very cool. Cool. That's all right. We're not going to do that. We've got our bells. I bring wisdom into that world. Cool. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. He does it once. He does it twice. Let's build an inn. Let's build an inn. Let's do that. So we're gonna. So right, the way this stuff nests. If I, which I want to happen, I want all of these buildings to nest within the hub town. To defeat the Huns. Thank you. Thank you. You missed it. I actually said it earlier in the stream as well. Yeah, so we want to nest the next maps that we make within the hub town. So whereas if I went to the world map and created a new one, it would nest under world map. But we want it to nest within the hub town map as a way to help keep it organized. It's up to you how you want to do it, but I think it's a smart way to keep things organized. So let's do new. We've got our map name. We're just going to say in. Oh, maybe I'll even come up with... Oh, there's another channel point redemption. You can come up with the name of the inn. You can call it Pickle Pierre Inn. You can call it Tone Dog Inn. You can call it Out and In. So many things you can come up with. I'm in to you. To you. Is what it, and like, if you hate this name, well, I need to create the channel point thing first. But if you hate this name, I'm into you. You can change it with the power of your channel points. So when we go into the inn, this is what this display name will appear in the top left hand corner. For now, we're just going to keep it the one map box to keep it simple for how we lay it out. The tile set. Oh, are we in? Is the inn outside? Is the inside of the inn outside? No, it's inside. So we're going to choose the inside tile set. Oh, maybe it's a dungeon. Maybe it's a dungeon themed inn. That would be funny. That would be funny. Would it be funny though? I think it'd be funny. And you know, maybe you make it that the inn is an infinite loop on itself for some reason. No loop. Do we want special background music for the inn? Why not? And we want to make sure that any background sounds that are playing are turned off when we enter the inn. So we're just going to tick that and leave that blank. Dungeon Inn. Save up those points, Coco. You're back at the bottom. I feel like I have to make it cost a bit too, because it's a single building that you can name. But Dungeon is fantastic. Save up, my boy. Or convince someone else to save up and use it. So we're going to change it so that when we enter the inn, it's going to play a nice little melody. And what is it going to be? Nope, I hate it. It feels like an inn. Look, there's a lot of good things about the RPG Maker MV. Their tracks aren't the best. If you happen to buy other version, like this is one way to get more audio, is sometimes other RPG Maker engines go on sale for free or just very, very cheap. And if you buy them with the license that whatever the makers of RPG Maker give to you, you're allowed to use the audio and assets of any RPG Maker you own across any of the other engines in your games. Getting more music is something I still got to look into. Yeah, so that's one way to do it. Like, because I have, what do I have? What do I have? RPG. Yeah, I have VX Ace and XP because they were both like free one day. And yeah, so now I have them. And yeah, I literally installed them just so I can create a thing and jack all the audio from it. Because I think some of the tracks they have and some of the other ones are a lot better. A lot of free music on itch.io too. YouTube viewers, yes. Yes. And yeah, you can, and we're going to get into that too, is you can make, I'm going to show you, not very well, but I'm going to show you that you can make your own music for free in your browser. Cool. So this sounds, wait, what if we, yeah, I think it needs to be a higher pitch and faster. It's not a dreary inn. It's fun. Okay. So we'll set that. So when we go into the inn, it will play that music. Parallax background. So have we showed off? I have a little bit parallax background. We don't want that because it's inside. But maybe you do, because maybe you've got a funky, weird game that has trippy backgrounds, but we don't want it. We don't want it. Call it the Starlight Inn and have that in the background. Be cool. Alec, do you want a skip title screen plugin to save time opening the demo? Or as if you don't. I mean, for my own benefit, it's probably a good plugin to have. I don't want to get into plugins yet, though. So maybe I will. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I can change. Pretty sure you can. Oh, okay. Sorry. So we hit OK because we built the map. We chose the options that we wanted. If you do that prematurely and you're like, oh gosh, I want to still change things, you just right click and go to edit, or click on it and press space. And then all of this is back here again. So we don't need that. That's fine. DM it to you. Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I need to turn this off. I need to turn off this Discord overlay. So I can turn that off for now. So this is the logo that comes up. So now when we, excuse me, now when we play the game, see, it just jumps straight to the title screen. But I think Tone Dog's saying there's a plugin that he's got that even skips this and goes straight into the game. So yeah, there's plugins for everything. Handy stuff. All right, so we've got our inn. And it's blank. And what do we want to do? So we can shrink this space. So again, guys, up here, we've got our two different modes. This is the map editing mode, which is how you place down your tiles. And this is the event editing mode, where you place your NPCs and your events and your yada yada yada. So cool. So we don't necessarily need all this space for now. So maybe we want to shrink down our map a little bit. So we got this black tile here, and we can, I mean, I don't even think I need to do this because if these tiles are blank, I think it will still show black. Back to some RPG Maker, that's right. Welcome, trailer. Good to see you, my friend. And what do we want the inside of the inn to look like? So there's many different ways you can do this stuff, right? So you can say, I want walls like this, and I want walls like just this wall to show, and then we'll put down our wooden floor. So again, up here too, we've got the pencil, which is just placing down a single tile. We've got this that gives us squares. We've got this that does circles when you can do them big enough. And then there's the paint fill tool. Not sure which one you use, but if you're trying to hit the continue button, use the one you already got. Okay. Okay. Right. So you're saying the plugin you use just dumps you straight into the game. Your room looks a little on the square side. Yes, it does. Because we're just laying it out. So already, ways that you can improve your rooms. Don't just make a box, okay? Make it interesting. For now, we're not getting into the nitty-gritty of quality mapping. We are building. We are building, and we'll make it look good later. Which, you know, obviously, if you're actually making a game, well, it depends. You could, from the get-go, make your maps as they should be, like very nice, very polished, and whatever. So that way you don't have to come back later and redo everything. But, you know, if you're also just like, I just need to lay things out just so I can get things working, make things happen, you can do that too. But welcome, Suki Stuffs. Thanks for coming along. Cool. So we've got our room. So there's different ways that you can do this, because some people might go, oops, we don't want to do that. Some people might go, well, I want to actually show the outside wall as well. And build it that way. Some people are like, I don't want any walls at all, actually. I just want the floor. And, you know, make it look like this. And you can do that. That's fine. That's the vibe that you're going for. Maybe if you're using like a more like 8-bit style like tile set and things like that, maybe that would make more sense to kind of map it out that way to give it more of a retro feel. But I think for me, we're just gonna do it like this. And you can see one wall, and that's it. But yeah, many ways you can do it. And, you know, you can look up tutorials and things on more interesting ways to get into mapping as well. Like last week, Tone Dog showed off, what's it called? Gibbets or something? Doodads. Yanfly's doodad placement thing, which gives you a much more in-depth way of placing objects in your maps. Because right now all we can do is like, you know, slap it down like this. Whereas with doodads you can get really. Do you want to put it up there? No. You can get really more intricate with it. Doodads are cool. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, we're slapping in some beds and we're making, you're making me crazy. We're putting in a little bench area, making things off the grid center points complicate things though as well. It's nice for decorating, but it gets tricky sometimes. Like collision wise. Yeah, because how does doodads handle collisions? Like if it's slightly, you know, peeking into another tile, does it just block that whole tile off? Or is it also dependent on how you set the pass through on the tile set itself? Doesn't handle collisions, that's the issue. Okay. My game won't have pixel movement. I'd rather just do parallax mapping than doodads, but that's just me. So we've got our beds, we've got our bench. So an interesting thing, I'm pretty sure in the tile sets inside counter. So yeah, so we've looked at this. Well, not really. We've looked at passage before, right? Which tells you, can you pass through this tile? Are you not allowed to pass over this tile? Can you go under this tile? And one of these options here is counter. And if you set something with the counter, what it means is that when I press the action button, if there's an NPC on the other side, because normally you would have to be right next to the event to activate it, right? But if this is set to counter, then if I'm standing here and something's standing there, and I press the action button, it will allow me to activate that event on the other side. I used region tiles to create the collisions. Pass-through would work as well, though. Good idea. Yeah. So, yeah. So if you, yeah. So that's the counter setting. So you can, you know, set that on any tile that you want. But obviously it makes sense to use it on these dudes. What if we? No. I don't like what I'm thinking there. So we've got our counter. Let's our innkeeper loves to read. Loves to read. Just reads all day while waiting for adventurers to come hang out. And ooh, sorry. To make it a little bit nicer, a blue carpet. Oops. Let's chuck some blue carpet down. So this is a good way, you know, to make your mapping a little bit more interesting, is to break things up with like a bit of carpet, you know, so that even if, you know, everything is shared in one room, it's still, and this is like a real interior design thing as well. Like if you've got a big space, but you still want to create these little zones. Also, I'm not an expert on this. I feel like I'm just repeating. Has anyone seen that guy on TikTok? He's like Asian, and he like helps people understand how to change the layout of their rooms to like create better energy and flow and stuff like that. He's great. He's great. So I'm trying to channel him right now. But yeah, you know, so this is just another way that you can break up, you know, an otherwise boring room. Obviously, the better option would be to just make this map a bit bigger, you know, make it be like a separate room, make it less square, yada, yada, yada. But again, we're just doing things simply at the moment. we're going to have our, oops, our 4 beds. And we might not do it today, but we might get into showing like a cutscene where, you know, each of the party members diverts off and goes into 1 bed each, and then it fades out, plays a little jingle, and you know that you've rested, right? A little cutscene, an in cutscene, like they do in the games. You can do that too. It's all possible. And look, maybe our walls are a little bit bare. Why don't we chuck a lovely... See, now this is... We'll go up there. Look at that. Yeah, I talked about parallax mapping briefly on my stream. Yeah, and that's something I am probably not going... Well, I might do a stream on it, but I actually don't know a lot about parallax mapping myself. So I might be like, here's some links to some great tutorials that cover that. But yeah, parallax mapping is definitely a way to get into some very nice mapping. What if we put... Look at that. Look at that. It's turning into a cozy little space. Do we want like a... We want like a book on the bench there? There's like a sign in. Echo, I think, talks about it on her YouTube. Echo. I think I know her. I think I've watched her tutorials before as well. And then I think, unfortunately, she kind of dipped out of YouTube because people were mean. People suck sometimes. And look, why don't we let's put some flowers there. Let's put some flowers there. Look at this place. It's so cozy. Don't you just want to stay here? Don't you want to spend your well-earned gold and have a nice rest? I think that's enough for now. Let's chuck in our innkeeper NPC. Do we want him in front of the book? Maybe we'll have him over here. Him? He? She? Who's it going to be? He's MC and someone made a super easy parallax mapping plugin. Oh, hey, is that the one? What's his face? San Hendrix. Shout out to San Hendrix. He only just put that out, right? He's going crazy with the plugins. It actually really makes me want to get MZ, because I would love to use his action RPG plugin. Cool. So this is our innkeeper. Oh, and look, there's another opportunity. I'll make some more channel point redemption. We can name the innkeeper. Let's pick a sprite for them. So we've got these actors here. We've also got this people section, which has a nice assortment of NPCs that we can use. Now, what kind of innkeeper do we want? Do we want like we've established, he likes reading books, bit of a book nerd. Oh, he's got glasses. Could be our book nerd, but he also is dressed kind of cool. He doesn't seem the village type, you know? Could be a lady working hard at the inn. Welcome, welcome. Could be a cranky old man. The possibilities are endless, but are also limited to the sprites that we have here. I'm feeling this old man. He seems gentle. He seems like he's owned the inn for a long time. So we've picked our sprite for him. So depending on which, like if I, want him to be facing that way, I'd pick that one, maybe when you come in, he's actually facing away and looking at the bookshelf because he's thinking about what he wants to read next. And when you come up and talk to him, you know, he doesn't actually greet you straight away. He just, you know, he's like, where's his face? He's like, oh, that book. Oh, oh, I heard that book is saucy. And, you know, and then we have, ahem, you know, our main night. Okay, sorry, I'm moving fast here. 2 minutes bathroom. Have fun. Don't miss. Oh, I heard that book is saucy. Ahem. Sorry, I'm creating all of this very quick. So I'm just double clicking. Show text is like the first thing right there. You just click on that and you can start your conversations. So instead of, and you see what I did here, instead of, you know, double clicking new text, choosing a face, entering the text, I'm just copying and pasting, and then I just change the text. Oh, sorry. Welcome to my inn. Lots of exclamation points. We can fix that later. Now, we can get more cutscene with this, right? Because we should I do direction fix? Because what will happen right now, right, is the way we've got it now is we will talk to him, but he will face us immediately. But obviously we want that not to happen. We want him to stay facing the bookcase. So I think what we need to do is hit direction fix, because what that means is, like, even when you interact with him, he's just going to stay facing away. We can get into some stuff. We can make this more cutscene-y. We can, you know, go to new, and we can have, so there's this thing called show balloon icon. And what that'll do is you can make it happen to the player, you can make it happen to this event that you're currently doing, or you can make it happen to any event that you have on this map. Obviously, there's only the player and the innkeeper, so that's all that's showing up at the moment. So we say this event, and maybe we do silence. So silence is actually just the 3 dots, 3 ellipses. 3 ellipses? Or is it just called an ellipses? An ellipses, and we could say wait for completion. So he'll go ... and then he'll go, oh, I heard that book is saucy. And then our knight says ahem. Then we can go show balloon icon, innkeeper, exclamation. Wait for completion. Yes, but what we'll do is before that, we will insert... Guys, we're getting complicated. I'm sorry. What do we want to do? We want to move event, set movement route, right? So this is how you can make your events move around the map for cutscenes, that sort of thing. So set movement route. Over here, you can either change the movement route of the player, this event, or any event that is currently in the map. This event, and we want to say jump, but on the spot. So that's it, 0, 0. If you change the coordinates, obviously he'll jump to a different part of the map. But we want jump, and we're not going to tick wait for completion, and none of that, and we don't want to do any of these, so just leave that. So, and then we're going to go okay. So that's just telling this guy to jump. There's going to be an exclamation point, and then we're going to have him turn to face the player. So I've just copied and pasted that movement route, just so I can just edit this. We'll delete that, and we'll go turn down, not move down, because he doesn't need to move, and he's not going to be able to move anyway because he's trapped in that little section. But we want him to just turn, so he's just going to turn and face the player. And we'll wait. No, we don't need to wait for completion. Oh yeah, wait for completion. So we'll have him turn, and then look, we'll really get into it. We'll add an extra thing. We'll have some sweat play. But we won't wait for completion, so that way he'll be sweating while he says, "Oh, sorry, welcome to my inn." And then we're going to say it's 50 gold, 50G to stay. And then, guys, this is getting complicated. Oops. And then we want to, so it's 50G to stay, and then we want to present the player with a choice. So for that, we go to show choices. We'll keep it simple for now, but you can make this say whatever you want. You could make him say, instead of saying no, he could say, "That's a ripoff." Sorry guys, we're not keeping it simple. "That's a ripoff." And that's the no. And the other is like, "Yes, I'm loaded. We've got so much money. It's no problem." And default. So what this means here, so the background, much like the text box, you can either have it be a window, you can have it be dim, or you can have it be transparent. We'll just keep it as a window. The window position, you can either have it be on the right side of the text box, because it's a smaller box, right? You'll see when we do it. So the right, in the middle, or to the left. We'll just keep it to the right for now. And then default, what that means is when it presents you to the choices, where will the cursor already be placed? Will it be placed on the first choice, the second choice? You can have up to 6 choices. First choice, the second choice, or you can have it set to none. And so then the player will have to actually manually press the arrow button to select one of the options. Whereas if you have it as choice one will already be selected. So if they're just, mashing Z, which is the action button, if they're just mashing it, it'll pick that automatically. Whereas if you have it to none, it'll play like a sound because they haven't selected an option. So, if your player is one to just mash through because you've put way too much dialogue in, which you shouldn't be doing anyway, but if, these are things to consider. So yeah, and you can make it that the default is the second choice. So again, if they're mashing, rather than them, mashing and then accidentally spending 50 gold, which they weren't prepared to spend, it will at least default to the cancel option and won't, so that won't happen, because, that can annoy players sometimes when they're like mashing through stuff and then they're mashing too much and they select an option that they actually weren't prepared to choose. Things to consider, but we'll keep it as choice 1 for now. And cancel, so there's only 2 buttons. Well, aside from the arrow keys, there's only 2 buttons with playing RPG Maker games. There's Z, which is the action button, and X, which is cancel. Z is accept as well, accept action, and X is your cancel, but it also brings up your menu. There's your menu button, cancel button. So if you're mashing X, then what you're saying is, when I press the cancel button, which choice is that going to choose? So if you're trolling, you could make it choice 1. So they try to cancel out of it, but it actually makes you pay for the experience, right? But we obviously want it to be choice 2 because that's our cancel option. So that's a ripoff. So then when we hit OK, it's going to show our choices, and it presents them as when statements. So the way eventing is set up, it uses like a bit of a pseudo coding language. So if you do know a bit of coding, this eventing will come to you more easily and make more sense to you, because some of the events and event commands are like basic simple if and if else statements. So if you understand that kind of stuff already, this won't be too difficult for you to get your head around. But yeah, so we're saying when we choose, so it's saying when you choose the yes choice, and then you can build your event there. And same for when you choose this choice, what do you want to happen? So if we left this as it is, what am I doing? Choosing either choice would not have anything happen. It would just end the event, and which would actually start the event again because we haven't done anything to we haven't put anything in yet to say what happens when you reach the end of the event. What do we want to happen? Oh, actually, no, it will exit. It should exit text with the event. Yeah, it will end the event. It will break it off. No, because I'm thinking of like auto run. Yeah, if there's an auto run event and you don't tell it what to do, then it will keep repeating itself. But for an event like this where you activate it through the action button, once it reaches the end, it will give control back to the player, and yeah, nothing will happen. So yes, I'm loaded. What do we want to happen when we say yes, I'm loaded? We need it to we need to do a few things. We needed to check if we have 50 gold. And then if we do have 50 gold, it needs to take away 50 gold from us. And if we don't have 50 gold, it has to have a response that says, hey, you cheapskate, you don't have enough money, get out of here. All right? So it's already getting complicated. And this is just to build it in, right? Which I thought, I was like, yeah, this will be simple. And then as we're getting into it, I'm like, oh wait, there's actually a fair number of steps. So yeah, we need, and look, if you're broke, just say so. All right, that's what we'll put in as the text. Now this is again, I'm making this tutorial series, but I also cannot claim to be an expert. This is just the things that I've learned. If you see me putting this together and you're like, bro, there's a much easier way to do this, please feel free to pipe up in the chat. We're going to create a conditional branch. First, wait, okay. We'll figure this out as I go, because I may be missing some steps here. We need a conditional branch. Ah, yes, and we want to set the condition to... Yes, there is one. Okay, so there's a few pages here of various different things that you can set as conditional branches. We'll obviously get into those more as we need them. But for now, like I said, we want to check the player's gold. And if they have 50 gold, that means they can stay at the inn. So we want to tick gold. So this is less than or equal to, greater than equal to. Oh my God, I always get this confused. The smaller end is that way. Less than or equal to? That can't be right. We want it to be, it needs to be more than 50 gold. Yeah, at least 50 gold. Yeah. Yeah. Right? And this is important. You know, you got to know a bit of maths here, or math symbols, whatever it's called. This is important because if you say greater than 50 gold, then that doesn't include 50. It means you actually need 51 gold. But if you say greater than and equal to, please tell me this is greater than. Help me out, chat. It means 50 and up, right? But we also want an else branch. So down here, it says, there's a box you can tick that says create else branch. Because we want to say, because we're saying, first we're checking, does the player have 50 gold or more? Yes, great. But if they don't, what else can happen? Yeah, what can happen if they don't have 50 gold or more? So this is what the else branch is going to be. So you don't always need an else branch when you're using conditional branches, but in this case we do, because we need something to happen when they don't have the money. Okay, so this is what I was saying. Having a bit of programming knowledge, this can make sense to you. This will make a lot more sense to you more easily. So now we've got this statement here. If gold is 50, what are we going to do? Else, if it's less than 50, 49 gold ain't going to cut it. What is going to happen? So let's look at the else first, because we've got our text here from Coco. If you're broke, just say so. So we're going to have, let's just copy our text from our innkeeper. And he's saying, if you're broke, just say so. I'm a big fan of ellipses, by the way. Maybe some people hate it, but signaling that someone's sort of trailing off. It's probably my favorite bit of punctuation to use, and I probably overuse it. If you're broke, just say so. And we could even have a response from the knight. I hate it. With the ellipse. Hey, don't troll me. Oh wait, you know what's gonna be even better, right? Is so the cleric, for now, the cleric is kind of our wisecracking, sarcastic character, right? Even though he's the healer. Makes sense, right? He's carrying the whole team, so he's just like so sick of everyone's shenanigans. So what if he just says, how embarrassing? What are we gonna do? ... My dad always types ellipses and it's scary sometimes. Like, he just sends you just ellipses by themselves. And you're like, wait, is he typing or did he type that? What does it mean? Nani? If you broke, just say so. How embarrassing. Cool, so that's our else. And we don't, and then it's going to end the event. It's going to give control back to the player. It's going to finish our conversation with the innkeeper. And he's going to end up turning back to the bookshelf, right? Because we have this direction fix. So I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping that direction fix is overwritten by movement routes. Good morning. ... Come downstairs. ... That is scary. Like, is it a good morning? What's going on? Come downstairs. I've got a slipper with your name on it. Okay, if you broke, just say so. How embarrassing. So that's our else statement taken care of. And sorry, I'm just going to save so we don't lose anything. Oh, why do I keep doing that? It's my instinct to go over there. Muscle memory. If you broke, just say so. How embarrassing. So what do we want to happen when there is the gold, right? do we want a little sound effect that sounds like money to signify that we have, look at that, beautiful. Change the pitch a little bit. That's too high pitch. That's still too high pitch as well. You know what? We'll keep it 100. Keep it 100, fam. I switched over to my phone. I'm making food in my kitchen. Lol, what are you cooking, Tone Dog? Cool. So it's going to play the coin sound, signifying that money has been exchanged. You can exchange money for goods and services. And so we're doing that. What else do we want to do? We want to make it take money away from, because I've done this before where I built a shop, or yeah, it was like something where you needed to pay money, and then I actually forgot to make it take money from the player. So so it checked and was like, yep, you have enough money, and then it just did not actually take money from the player. So they got to still keep their money and paid nothing for the item. Grilled cheese, lol, and brewing coffee. Nice. Is it morning for you? Anyway, so what are we doing? Taking money from the player. So we're robbing them blind. So we've got over here party. We've got a bunch of things here where you can change things about them. And we want to change gold. We want to, do we want to increase or decrease? Decrease. And we want to take away 50 gold. You can even make it a variable. So you can say, pay your, you could have a weird shop where it's just like, this costs your maximum HP in gold. And you could set a variable so that it reads the player's max HP and takes that away as gold from the player. I don't know, off the top of my head. You could obviously come up with something more interesting and more relevant, but that's just an idea of what it could possibly do. So, decrease by 50. We could just leave it at that, but obviously we need more to happen. So, we're paying money, we've lost the gold, and, enjoy your rest. Enjoy your rest. And then we're going to have it so that it fades out the screen. It's going to play a little jingle. ME. Nah. Why is that so quiet for me? Oh, because my headphones are turned down. Yeah. Okay. 7 a.m. in New York. I didn't know you're from New York. Hunting Swan, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Check out the pinned comment. If you would like your own NPC in the game, just click that Google form, fill it in, and we will place your NPC in the hub town. What are we doing? What if that plays when you go to sleep? You know what? Let's do it for now. And then you'd be like, wait, did I get a peaceful rest? So, the annoying thing about sound effects is that there's no option to say, because I don't know if you noticed this before with some of these other things, right? We have wait for completion option, which, says, which is how you can make multiple things happen at once. But also, if you only want one thing to happen and then another thing to happen, it's good to have wait for completion, right? But sound effects don't have that. So you've got to feel it out with a wait command. So do you reckon? 3 seconds? No, that's maths. 180. So 180, that's going to be 3 seconds, right? So it's going to play and it's going to wait 180 frames, 3 seconds to let that play out. And then we want the screen to fade back in. Good old manual timing with wait event, the bane of my existence. Yeah, seriously, it can get really finicky. Cool. Fade in screen, and you know, we'll even have our friend say something again. You know, please come again. Lots of exclamation points. 60 by 3 is right. Right, definitely not 120. Please come again, and then that will end the event as well. And player will be back, the control will be back to the player. So we're almost done. I can't believe I really was like, oh yeah, the inn will be simple. The shops would have been easier because it's just like one interaction. We've got full-on cutscenes happening. With branching dialogue and all this stuff. Crazy, right? Just for an inn. Is there a simpler way to do an inn? We could have made this much more straightforward, but no one's going to make a straightforward game like that. We want flavor. We want pizzazz. So we just have to create some text for this when we choose that's a ripoff. You know, maybe he's just like, well, I'm the only inn in town. Good luck. Right? Just brutal. Cool. And then that will end it as well. So we made it. We made it, guys. We've made our inn. Oh, but can we get into the inn? We need to create events that will allow us to travel to the inn. So you'll notice that I've put these black tiles with a little bit of a, you know, little bit of light, you know, like an entrance. But I haven't put a door on them. And why is that, you may ask? That is because when we're going to create a door transfer quick event. So you can build an event yourself to make all this happen. But again, this is nice and easy, does it for you. So we've got our door. We can pick our door image, square door, arch door, fancy door, curtains, stone door. Needs more animation. Okay. I have to turn off that Discord overlay. All right. An iron grate. Obviously, we just want this simple door here. And it's laid out the way all sprites are. So because the door doesn't change facing left or right, or doesn't have a stepping animation, this all looks the same. Also, if you want the door handle on the other side, you can do that. We want it this way. And these bits here are what enable us to make a simple door opening animation. And this is why we want to use the quick event creation, because it does all that for us, and we'll have a look at it. Location, where is the door going to take us? To the inn over here, or just, I like it to be just one step out. So, okay. So look, we got our beautiful little door event there. So obviously the way it will actually look in the game is it will be a full door, but because it's full door, whole door, hodor. Yeah, it's just showing it as an event icon. Do you think it's possible to make our own quick event creation slot? That would be cool, actually. Do they have that in MZ? I mean, you can make common events and just kind of paste those in. It's kind of a way to do it. So look, if we double click on our door and we'll change the event name to say door to in. So it plays a sound effect. It's going to be too loud for my liking. That sucks. There we go. I like that one. Quicker? Yeah, quicker. Right. So we got this door opening sound effect. So the way the animation is played is by moving the event, right? Because remember, so this, you know, for the sprite equivalent, we've got facing down, facing left, facing right, facing up. So if we want our door to animate, we go, it's facing down, then we want it to face left, then face right, then face up. Oops. That to that. And so that's what it's doing here. It will turn left. It waits a little, waits a beat, turn right, turn up, and then it sets through on because it's going to move the player forward into the space where the door was, and then it is a transfer event. Coco, that would be cool, but I don't think that exists in MV. What you could do though is make a blank map entitled something like commonly used common events, and make your events on that page so you can easily copy and paste when you need them. Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the pit. Is I've made a map page that holds all the events that I copy and paste through my maps. Yeah, that is one way to do it. But then it's also really annoying if you need to make any changes, because if you haven't done it right and set it up with common events, like if you do common events, you can just change the common event and it changes everything. But if you change something with your original event, you then have to copy and paste it back into every instance that you've put it on the map. Yeah, which can be annoying. Which I've already shot myself in the foot with. So let's just change that just for the heck of it. And it tells us where it's going to transfer the player. So coolies, we've got that, and we need to be able to exit the map. So for that, we don't want a door, because I don't like you could just have a door sprite there, but I don't really like that look. So we're just gonna do a transfer. The direction, we've talked about this before, but you know, do you want the player to be facing up, left, right, or down when they appear on the other map? We're just going to do retain because there's only one way you can exit the map, and it's facing down, and we want the player to be facing down when they come out as well. And we're telling it that we want it to take us just here, facing down. Okay, and that's created. We got that move. We want to change that sound effect to that. Why not? Leave the in. You don't have to change the name for your events, but it can be useful because when we're, you know, doing this, you know, and it shows us a full list of all the events on the map, and if it just says event 1, event 2, event 3, event 4, you're gonna be like, what the heck is what? Okay, Whereas that at least tells me, hey, maybe I want the exclamation point to appear over the exit for some reason. So there is value in properly naming all your events. It can be a bit monotonous, a bit annoying to do, but if you do it, yeah, it makes things easier. Cool. How are we doing for time? We still got a bit. After we finish this in, we might shift for a bit into getting Tone Dog into his NPC into the map. We'll look at that. All right, but let's marvel upon our creation. Let's have a look at our inn. Cool. So there we go. See how the door looks? Beautiful. And as we look at that, and there's the music playing. And there he is looking over at his books. We can exit. Takes us back out. Look at that. So because, like I said, because this says, oh, I didn't think of this. So the player could also approach the event from this side. So I might actually move him to here because watch, it'll break this cutscene that we've made, right? Oh, I heard that book is saucy. Ahem. Oh, see, look, and he jumped. Exclamation. Oh, sorry. Welcome to my inn. Oh, he doesn't change. Okay, so direction fix doesn't... It keeps him fixed. So even though I've said to the event for him to face, to turn down, he's still stuck looking at the bookcase. So we'll need to fix that. We've got two options. Yes, I'm loaded. That's a rip off. We don't actually have any money. So yes, I'm loaded. Oh, enjoy your rest. Wait, do we have money? There we go. Please come again. Do we have money? Where do we have money? Wait. Oh, did I do it wrong? I did it wrong, guys. I told you I don't. Anyway, let's try that again. So we need to change this too, right? Because we don't want this sequence to play every time you talk to the innkeeper, because that's going to get annoying, right? But yes, I'm loaded. Cool. Okay, I did it wrong. So let's check that out. So I'm stupid. Is your gold less than or equal to 50? We want it to be greater than or equal to. Database gives you 100 by default. I believe you can change it though. No, it's because I had this wrong. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's supposed to be greater than. This is great because it's open and big. Greater than. Less than. Okay, I think. Yeah, I always get it wrong. That's right. So we fixed that. So basically it was checking to see if I had less than 50 gold, and because I have 0 gold, yeah, I can do my thing. So what was the other thing we needed to fix? Okay, we've got the direction fix. So what's annoying is when we activate him, he's gonna turn around. So I don't know how to prevent that, but that's okay. We'll have a look. And look, we'll have him here in front of this. We'll have him over here so that he can't be approached from this side. So you can only approach him from this way. So that way our cutscene where he turns down to face the player will work. Let's try that again. Oh, and see, I'm already out of the habit. I need to get into the habit of doing the F5 refresh thing. Okay, so there he is. We can't approach him from here. We have to approach him from here. Yeah, see? He turns instantly to us. which is annoying. I want him to stay facing the book. So what happens? So what happens? What happens if we change that to turn up? I feel like he's gonna turn down for a second and then turn back up, which is gonna look silly. And this is why you don't necessarily want to get into cutscenes and stuff straight away, because you'll spend a bunch of time just fidgeting around. Whereas if you want to just lay down what's happening, I could have just had him facing us, static, yes or no, like 50 gold, yes or no. Okay, that's not too bad. He did a little, but it works, it works. Oh, I heard that book is saucy. Still on my chicken, so I can't check. That's okay. Ahem. Oh, sorry, welcome to my inn. It's 50G to stay. Yes, I'm loaded. If you're broke, just say so. How embarrassing. Yeah, see, so this is gonna happen every time, right? So we want it to be that after the first interaction, no matter what the outcome is, it's different every, it's more straightforward after that. Check movement around options. You may be able to control direction fix. Oh, I can tell it to turn direction fix off. That's what I should do. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I think that's what I need to do. That's a ripoff. So we have no gold. We have no gold. But we got to see our little, you know, resting cutscene. Oh, we didn't even. There's so much we haven't done. Okay. So let's put direction fix back on. Let's turn that off. And over here, we want to turn direction fix off. Okay? Turn direction fix off. And then he'll be able to turn down. There. Fixed it. Easy. Thanks, Tone Dog. Appreciate it. So cool. So that's happened. We forgot that when the player rests at the inn, they should get all their health and mana back, right? We've got to make that happen. Otherwise, they just paid 50 gold to have the screen black out for a moment. So it doesn't really matter where in the event I put it. But you know, if your brain likes things to happen logically, we could say that during this fade out is when the healing occurs. So you may just want to do that for your brain. And look, there's a simple action here that just says recover all. And you can make it be the entire party, or you can make it only one person gets healed. Obviously, we want the entire party. And that's it. Easy done. Cool. And what else did I want to do? Oh, right. So we want to make it that after the first time we interact with the innkeeper. So I think we want to put it here, because we want it to be that whichever outcome happens, it's going to jump down to here and activate the thing that we want to happen. So the way we will do that, yeah, so we'll chuck an event down here. So we talked about self switches last time. Every event has their own set of 4 self switches, and that self switch can only be activated by the event itself. No other event can turn on a self switch for another event. And so it's great in that way, but that is also the limitation of it. So we want to turn self switch A on, and then we're going to copy this event page because we're just going to sort of hack and slash this thing to turn it into what we want. So we're going to copy, paste. We're going to set our condition so that self switch A is on. This is what's going to happen. We want to get rid of direction fix, and we want the we'll get rid of direction fix, but we're still going to keep him facing his books because he's just always looking at his books. But we want to get rid of this cutscene because we don't need that to happen every time now. So we'll get rid of all that. And we're going to change the text so that he just says, welcome to my inn. It's 50G to stay. And you have the same options as before. But now we don't have that little cutscene playing at the start. There are... is there other ways you can do this? There's a number of ways you can do this. You could make this like a self-contained... You could make this all in the one event page and just make this... all of this happen within like an if-else statement saying if this switch is on, play this. If this switch is off, do that. But this is I think an easier way to keep track visually of what's going on. But yeah, there's all right. Back upstairs, I can see better now. Yeah, I was gonna say these menus are not good on a phone. So kudos to anyone watching on their phones. You're a real trooper. But yeah, there's probably well, not an infinite, but there are a number of ways that you could set up these pages and these events. You know, so if you're the kind of person that wants it all in one event, you're crazy, but you could do that. You could do that. But we're just, for ease, we're making it so that after this first time you do it, it moves over to this second version. Okay. So let's see that in action. Let's go into the inn. Here's our man. Oh, I heard that book is saucy. Sorry, welcome to my inn. I feel like that comma is misplaced. Welcome to my inn. My grammar is off. Let's just say that's a ripoff. Well, I'm the only inn in town. Good luck. Cool. Oh, he's still stuck that way. I forgot. Do we want direction fix? We didn't want direction fix. But look, now if we leave, come back, he'll be facing the bookshelf again. And look, he turns around and now he just says, welcome to my inn. No cutscene, right? So the player doesn't have to sit through that every time. And like, you know, that doesn't make sense that happens every single time, you know? So yeah, that's cool. For playtesting purposes, we need money, right? So what you can do is we can just plonk down, we can use quick event, just plonk down a treasure chest. We can make it look like whatever kind of chest we want. It doesn't even have to be a chest. It could be an animal or something. But we'll just make it a chest. We'll make it a green chest, because why not? And we can say, give us 1,000 gold. Okay? So when we open the chest, it'll play a chest sound. There'll be a little animation, and we will get 1,000 gold, and it will say 1,000 gold was found. All right, so easiest way to just give yourself money when you're playtesting, just plonk down a chest and tell it to give you the money that you want. If you want to get more complicated, you can set up an NPC where you can enter a number and tell it specifically, I want 10,000 gold, and you can make it give you 10,000 gold or give you 9,756 gold. You can get into all that, But if you just want something quick and dirty, plonk down a chest. Test chest. Okay. Is best. Test chest is best. Okay. So we got that. We'll jump in. There's our chest. 1,000 gold was found. We now have 1,000 gold. And we can finally stay at the inn. Yes, I'm loaded. Enjoy your rest. Please come again. And yeah, the party is healed. And look, we can stay as many times as we want. And that's it. That's it. That's our inn. We've set up an inn, guys. Congratulations. Excuse me. We did it. Yo. Cool. Let's oh. Yeah, we got about half an hour left. I think that might be enough time to do what we need to do. No, that's the form. Where's the no? This one. Hey, we got Eisen. Cool dogs. Okay. This one? Ah, yes. Very good. How do I download? So where you want to save it is in image and in characters. Wait, is this from VX Ace? Because I have VX Ace, right? Or is this your own? Did you make this sprite yourself, or is this the default that comes with VX Ace? So we'll save it in the character. So okay, so when you make your game, it will generate all of this stuff, right? It'll give you all the audio files, all the fonts, all the icons. It's just one icon. Images, so images, and then, you know, it's kind of self-explanatory. All your different battle backs, animations. It's a VX spreadsheet. It's been upscaled to MV. Oh, I'm just meaning like I'm like, oh, I have VX Ace, so technically I can use it. But it's a default. It's RTP. Is it RTP, or have you drawn the sprites yourself? Yeah, self-explanatory. We want characters. Yeah, you're safe. Okay. And we're saving it in here. Saving that. Very cool. And we can close that. RTP. Okay. Cool. Keep that open. And so we've saved that in there. We've also got, and then we've also got this portrait file. So look, we can even give, so this is something you can do, right? Is with your portraits, if you do different facial expressions. So with the RTP in MV, you just get a standard facial expression, just one. But if you're only working with the RTP, there is on the RPGMaker forum, there's someone that has commissioned and gotten facial expressions for most of the human portraits. It's from the forums. Oh, cool. Face set isn't RPGMaker. Yeah, but it's free to use with that credit. Yeah. Yeah, so just make sure if you are downloading stuff that says it needs, to, like, while it is free, to at least be credited, just make like a simple notepad file, and copy and paste the information of the artist or whoever it is, so you can easily credit them when it comes time to do that. Um, yeah, it's a simple way to do it. Keep track of it. So we got image and we've got faces. So faces, you can see it's similar here. And so we're going to save that. And cool. So now we should be able to access it within the game. So we're going to create an event. Let's have Tone Dog loitering outside of the weapon shop. Cool. And so we've got there he is right there. And it's this dude, our green-haired friend. And so he's just chilling. Can we make him that? No, we'll do that. And he's just chilling like a villain. Whoa, my body hurts. And yeah. What did you want him to say? Where's our thing? Greetings, adventures. In my early years, I was quite the adventure myself. Good luck on your journey, friends. Beautiful. Love it. He's a chill dude. You can make him say whatever. I did write a prompt though. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and he has a name. Oh, I did make it so you can name the NPC. Okay, good. Cool. So, text box. We're chucking that in. Greetings, adventurer. We'll split this up. We'll make these separate. We'll make these separate boxes, but we'll just. This is one way I like to do it. Quite the adventure myself. Good luck on your journeys. Good luck on your journeys. Journey. Good luck on your journey. We'll just do journey. Good luck on your journey, friends. And we want a face. Is that an angry face? I don't think that's angry, is it? You can make him cry. It's a happy greeting face. Adventurers. Cool. Cool. And then we'll copy and paste that a few times, and we'll delete everything that we don't want. Oops. Gonna make that smaller. There's those ellipses. It changes the tone. In my early years, I was quite the adventure myself. Crying. He's crying as he says it. It's definitely so much more fun coming up with dialogue when you have different emotions to put with it. It definitely helps stuff. In my early years, I was quite the adventurer myself. And then and yeah, good luck on your journey, friends. Good luck on your journey, friends. Cool. Just the normal smile. Or do we do it the other way? We do this one. And then good luck is more cheerful. Look at that. There we go. There's our man. Cool. That didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take. So yeah, if you happen to know how to make your own sprite sheet, you are welcome to upload that, and yeah, we can plug it into the game. Okay, let's test him out. Oh, he's over there. Look at him. Look at your man. He's in there. And if we approach him from the side, he's kind of taller than us. Greetings, adventurers. In my early years, I was quite the adventurer myself. Good luck on your journey, friends. See, so much better when you have facial expressions. Does a lot. Does a lot. Cool. So look at that. We've got 3 NPCs. We've got an inn. And yeah. Yeah. It's a masterpiece. Hey, well, you've provided me the art, so there we go. Coolies. So let's get down to I keep doing that. Let's make a weapon shop. All right, let's do that. So if I, like I was saying before, if I create a new one from here, it will nest under the inn, which we don't want. We want it to nest from the hub town so that inn and weapon shop will be right underneath each other, and then they'll nest nicely together. So we'll go new, do weapon shop, which again you can name S words. Yeah, S words. And it's inside, and no looping, yada yada yada. Do we want a different background music to play? It's too spooky. Oh yeah. Slap at a bass. We're in the weapon shop, baby. S words. S words. Yeah. I think that's gonna be our weapon shop music. What if it's faster? Too fast. Too Seinfeldy. Yeah, we'll keep it at 100. Keep it 100. Cool. So that's going to be our weapon shop music. And that's all we need. So let's build it. Bada boom. And there we go. So we have our weapon shop. Again, we're just making another box. We can make it beautiful later. Is that the middle? Yeah. We want it to be brick. Bric-a-brac. Ugh, I kind of don't like that. That's okay. We'll make it beautiful later. Is it brick? What does it look like on the outside? Yeah, it's good. It's brick. It's a different kind of brick, but that's fine. Maybe we'll change it. There we go. It's like Bowser's castle. Okay, so we got that. Do we want a stone floor, or do we want floorboards again? I reckon we go floorboards still. but we're gonna have a big square carpet. And is he gonna have a counter? Or is he just gonna be chilling amongst his weaponry? Because we're gonna we'll chuck some spears on the wall. Got bow and arrow. Looks stupid. I guess we want some benches. We do it like that, maybe like that, and like that. Something special, something different. And then we'll put our items on there. Oh, we can put some daggers on the wall. Good old wall daggers. Maybe that in the middle. Look at this. Look at that. We'll put a bow and arrow on there. Maybe one over here. Oh, we got swords on display. Nice swords. Oh, this isn't the armor shop, so we're not gonna have armor. Will we have a little blacksmith table? Blacksmith water. Oh, we got hammers. What's the time? Hammer time. Hammers. More swords. Schwards. S words. Some more swords over here. What else? Maybe we'll have some barrels. A couple of barrels there. Maybe a covered pot for some reason. Bucket. It's very weapon shop like. And oh yep. Gotta have our thing of spears. Thing of swords. Or should I? Maybe I should put them over here. Yeah. Yeah, Bruce. Oh, and a whip. Why not? Just put whatever. Sorry if I kind of dominated the chat. Feel free to chime in, guys. No, it's fine, man. It's all good. Some people just like to lurk, and that's fine. That is a-okay. Does he have a book? No, he does. He doesn't bother with reading. He's a man of the sword. Or maybe we break the stereotype. We make him quite an intellectual who just happens to be in the family business. Axes? Let me axe you something. Some axes over there. I think that's pretty good. All right. Don't want to get too complicated. And then we're going to have him standing right here. Weapon shop man. Or is it a woman? Weapon shop person. Look, we could even use one of these guys, but we won't. It's okay. Oh, do we want them? Oh, come on. He looks so like I make weapons, dude. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Cool. All right. There's our weapon shop person. And we're gonna talk to him. So show text. Where's his face? There he is. Look at this guy. Welcome to my humble weapon shop. And then we want shop processing to appear. So yeah, so on the third page, scene control, you got a few different things here, but we want shop processing. So that opens up a shop screen. You can choose what merchandise and the price that it goes for. You only set the price. Yeah, you can set the specific price. Excuse me. Or you can do standard, which is just whatever the price is you've set it with in the database. So, you know, if you want a shop to be more expensive than normal, then that's how you could do that. Or cheaper, that's how you do that. Purchase only, pretty self-explanatory. It means there will be no sell option. You can only buy. We want it so that, you know, our players, when they get more equipment, can sell it. Do I want that? Yeah. So they can sell their old gear so that they've got a bit more money. And I'm pretty sure the sell will always be half of whatever the database price is. So look, we've got 4 weapons that we've made. And so we'll just make it that you can buy. See, and so it will tell you too what the standard price is, which is 500, which is kind of crazy. Don't know why I set it to that, but so now you can buy all of these weapons. And I think maybe next time or later on, we're going to get into, we're going to want to make it so that as the player's level increases, the items that are available in the shop will change to reflect the current level of the player. I think is how we want to do it. So that way you've got a reason to come back to the hub town and check on things when you level up, you know. Yeah, so there we go. So yeah, so he'll say welcome to my humble weapon shop, and then this will open up. You could make it be a choice that comes up first that says shop, you know, could have a talk option, and or just, you know, shop or never mind or do nothing. And we'll change it up later, right? Because maybe we'll make it that you can have a little bit of a conversation with our weapon shop friend here. But for now, let's keep it simple because we're going to end the stream soon. He says I'm going to a humble weapon shop, and this shop menu is going to come up, and that's it. And we'll make it so that after that, he says, thank you for your patronage. But with a full stop. Because he's a blunt person. He doesn't use exclamation points. He doesn't use ellipses. Period. Full stop. Thank you for your patronage. He's a serious man. So again, those are things to consider. You know, what are ways that you can add more character to your NPCs? You know, is it, yeah, their use of punctuation? You know, how does that, you know, think about, yeah, if the player's reading this, what are they going to read in their mind? How are you going to create a bit of flavor with that? Cool. Thank you for your patronage, and that's it. That's all we got to do. So if we yeah, I said we won't get into it now, but if we wanted to, we could have a actor. No, we could have a switch, a condition here that the variable, we'd have to set up a variable. Yeah, okay, we won't get into that now because that's complicated. But basically we'd set up a switch that checks the player's level, and then it goes, okay, the player's level is this. Let's we now have access to a new shop. Or we could see, there's so many ways you can do it. We could set those conditions up within just the single event page itself. So we could do like a conditional branch if, is there player level, actor level? No, there's not. So it would still have to be a similar thing. We need to set up a variable. That, yeah, that's right. We won't get into that. Anyway, cool. So there we go. We've got our weapon shop. Let's, oh, we need to, how are we going to get in there? How are we going to get out? Let's go to the hub town. So I could just copy and paste this door to save me a bit of trouble, and then I just need to edit the, so that way I don't have to change the sound effects all over again. And I just need to change this part here, the transfer player. We don't want it to take us to the inn. We want it to take us to the weapon shop. Okay. And retain. Yeah, that's fine. Apply. Okay. Save that. And we can copy this event here and slap it there. And change that transfer player to, that's where we want the player to be dumped out when they leave. Okay. Oh, except we want to change the event name. Leave the weapon shop. Okay. And we want to change that one to door to weapon shop. Okay, save, and let's check it out. Now, our chest only has 1,000 gold in it, so we can only buy 2 weapons. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm ready to buy some weapons. It's great. Welcome to my humble weapon shop. And there we go. So we can buy possession none. Technically we have 1 in our possession. I'm pretty sure I already have 1 equipped. Thank you for your patronage. See, we didn't buy anything, but he'll still say that. Yeah. So it's not perfect, because technically we do have 1 equipped, but it only shows if you have 1 in your inventory. And there's no compare or anything like that, and it won't, you know, it won't have like an arrow next to it saying, oh, this weapon's stronger. Nothing like that. There are plugins that you can get that can do all that for you, but yeah. So let's buy some weapons, a dagger and a staff, and then let's sell it. Dagger, it stabs. It'll tell you how much. So it's 250, which is half of what we bought it for. There we go. Thank you for your patronage. And that's it. Now, he's a bit lifeless, right? Just standing there like that. We could give him the stepping animation, which I don't know how to feel about it. Look, if we do that for our friend here, stepping, he's gonna step on the spot. So it depends on what you're going for, you know. But we'll have him stepping. Let's have a look. Let's see what they look like. Playing a game on my other monitor, so my response to this is a bit delayed, but I always hated that about the default shop. Shows 0 in possession if it's equipped. Yeah. Yeah, see? So now he's stepping on the spot. Hey ho, hey ho. So it's, you know, and here's the thing too, right? We could make a little movement path for him so that he like turns to the left, so it looks like he's doing something there, and then turns to the right, so he's doing something there. Dancing Tone Dog, that's right. But look, we could do that. To make him a bit more interesting, we could do a custom route, and we'll tick skip if cannot move, repeat movements. So we just make it so that he turns left, and then where's wait? Where's wait? You know, wait for a second, turn right, wait for 90 seconds, 90 frames, and then turn down, and then wait for 180, wait for 3 seconds before he turns left, turns right again. So repeat movements, so he'll just loop on that, and he'll just do that unless we talk to him, and then he'll face us and yada yada yada. So let's look at that. See, it looks like he's doing stuff. It's little ways you can make, you know, and if I really wanted to, I could make it that he walks around his shop, you know, stops by. The problem with that though is that like if you block his path, you could just make it that he doesn't move, which I guess is fine. Yeah, that's fine. There's ways around it. But yeah, you can make it that he walks around, that he stops and looks at his axes, you know. Just ways to make, but you know, then it's annoying that the player has to walk around to talk to the shopkeep, which is why they usually like to keep it static. But you know, you can see already we've done a few little things to make these interactions a little bit more interesting than just, you know, a straight up, oh, I'm the innkeeper, pay me 50 gold, okay, thanks, bye. You know, you can add a bit of personality to your NPCs. You know, so we've got, that's the thing, Tone Dog, we could make him just randomly walk around if we wanted. A rock NPC. Look at what we've built so far, guys. Pretty good. Pretty good. And yeah, this is all very possible to all of you. This is some pretty simple stuff we've been making. We're not even getting to cutscenes and all that jazz. Although we have done little cutscenes today. I think we've made a lot of progress. I'm happy with how this is all tracking. Thank you so much for coming today. There was quite a few people we had stop by in the stream, which is awesome. Even if you were just lurking, I really appreciate you coming by, watching, and hopefully learning something about RPGMaker MV. If you are interested in following, would really appreciate that. And if you do follow, you can, with the pinned message, use the Google form and have your own NPC put into the game. Like you saw me add with Tone Dog and who else? It was just Tone Dog today. But you can be a part of the game. So when it releases, you could be like, wow, there I am. It's me. So this RPG Maker stream that I do is every Tuesday around this time. Usually 8 till 10, a couple of hours. But yeah, that's it. That's it for us today, guys. Have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. And have a great week. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.